Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa and today I bring you a new celebrity inspired makeup look. I haven't done one in a while. I think the last one I did was Zendaya and you guys loved it. So I should do more of these. But anyways, I've had a picture saved of the beautiful MAUDE Apatow for the last, I don't know, I think this was in Venice Film Festival. So this was like September, it's been 2 months. Dude, oh my god, I know you're not gonna be able to see it. I'm gonna put it on the screen, but her makeup in this is unreal. I've saved it ever since I saw it, I saved it. It's like a chocolate brown halo eye with gold in the center. Is it revolutionary? No, but it's classic, it's gorgeous, and I want to recreate it because this is my kind of look. I'm obsessed with this look. And today's the day I'm gonna recreate it, you guys. Could not wait any longer. I am so excited to do this. It kind of gives old Hollywood vibes and I am here for it. So let's stop the rambling and let's get to putting some makeup on the face. Okay, so we're obviously gonna be doing the eyes first because, well, there's gonna be a lot of fallout probably. It's very basic, like brown and gold. She hits liner all over, like it's gorgeous. One thing I want to mention before starting, whenever I do these like celebrity looks, I always shop my stash. So I always just try to find what I have in my collection that's as similar as what I can see in the picture. I know it can be a little hard sometimes if you don't have everything, but I try to get as close as possible. If you're recreating this as well, just shop your stash. You don't need the exact products that I'm using. Just look for what works for you, what's in your collection. Don't go out and buy anything. You don't need to do that. She has liner all over, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna start with that. Just as a base, I feel like if it smokes out a little bit, it's gonna work in my favor. So I'm gonna go in with the Inglot AMC eyeliner gel in 90. This is, I could take off the cap. This is a brown, like a chocolate brown one that is just perfect for this look. And these stick on really well, like they are going to last. I'm gonna have a hard time taking off my makeup tonight. And I'm just gonna go everywhere, even on my contact. I'm even going into like this inner part here. I need to like sneeze. I don't know. This was horrible. This was such torture. Oh my freaking god. Okay. Once this torture is over, it did get a little messy like on the sides and over here, but that's fine because we're gonna go all over. Like we're literally using brown everywhere. So now I'm just gonna do a little bit of priming because we want this eyeshadow to look good and not skip. So I'm going in with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Okay, and for eyeshadows, I'm going to be using 2 palettes. I'll be using the Warrior by Juvia's. You could recreate the entire look just using this palette. Like, you have everything you need. You have the gold, you have the super dark brown, you have other browns to help you out. I think you could totally recreate it with just this one. But I want to be a little extra, and I want to use my palettes. So I'm using my Pat McGrath Mothership Celestial Odyssey palette. I think that's the name of this one. This was limited edition. They have a new one this year that has a few similar shades. Like, it's not the same, but it's kind of similar. Again, use what you have. And this is where the real fun actually begins. I'm gonna be starting off slow, building up the intensity. You know how it is. We've done halo eyes before, and the trick here is just to be very intentional with your eyeshadow placement, but also go little by little. So if you start with a little bit of product and then you intensify and you intensify, you'll get the desired outcome. To start off, I'm gonna use this shade right here from the Pat McGrath palette. It's just a matte brown. I'm gonna be mapping out and using this as kind of a transition shade because it is lighter, and I'm gonna be smoking it out. She doesn't have it super smoked out, so it's very contained. I tend to have a little bit of trouble containing my eyeshadow, so we're gonna try our best today. I'm gonna be using small brushes for this. And I'm also kind of keeping the eye open so that I can see the shape. Okay, so now I'm going in with an even smaller brush, and this shade right here, it is definitely more intense. It's more chocolatey. That's why we're going in with just a little bit at a time and a very tiny brush because we're just building up this intensity right here. And that is kind of the gist of it. You go little by little and little by little until you intensify. So I'm just going to take my time with this. It'll be intensifying more and more, and then I'm going to move on to an even darker shade. You don't want to see that though, so I will be right back. Okay, so it's looking a little more intense, right? I'm going to connect the lower lash line to what I've done up top. And then we're gonna get even darker. I'm gonna use this super like mini tiny brush, and I'm just kind of gonna stamp the shade in first. I'll blend later. And she has this dark eyeshadow all the way in. It's a little thinner on the inner corner, so it goes from like thicker all the way to thin, but it's all the way. So that's what we're gonna do. And now let's get even darker. I'm gonna go into the Warrior by Juvia's, which I almost drop. Dude, my heart just, oh my god. I'm gonna go in with this shade called Mino. This is the darkest shade. It's almost like a brown black. It's even darker than the shade that I was using a second ago. And I'm gonna grab that tiny, tiny brush again, and I'm gonna go in with this. And I'm keeping this one closest to the lash line. And I'm kind of just stamping with this little baby brush and then blending out with a bigger brush. As you can see, having this super tiny brush is the key to get the least messy as possible, because it is super tiny. The bigger your brush, the more area, like the more surface it's gonna cover, and that could get a lot messier, especially if you have smaller eyes like me. I have tiny, tiny eyes. So going back into the lower lash line. Once we've gotten our desired intensity, I think this is good. But I think what I can do is come back to it when I have my mascara and everything on and see if I need to be a little more intense with it. I can, but for now, I think this is good. I have definitely taken my time. I've gone back to blend 20,000 times. The left eye is looking a little better than the right. I don't know what's going on with the right eye. She's having a little crisis. That's fine. It's whatever. Now, for the gold, we have a few options here. I have this one from the Juvia's Place palette. I also have this one right here from the Pat McGrath palette. I don't know. Let's stick with the Juvia's, I think. I'm gonna try this one first, and then I might go ahead and apply the other one on top. I'm gonna start off with my pinky. This is the shade Bakwa, and I'm grabbing just a tiny bit of this on my finger, and I'm applying this right at the center of my eye, and I'm not gonna go too far up. And then I'm using a tiny brush to just refine that and blend it to the sides. She also did not take this shade too far up. Okay, this is nice, but I feel like it needs to be a little more intense. Let's go in with the other gold on top just for shits and gigs, because I am a perfectionist after all. Yeah, this is giving it a little bit more glitz, I would say. Going back into the other brush and just tapping, tapping, tapping to blend both colors in together. I feel like I need to add a little bit of a, I don't know if she has like a liner situation going on or what, but I feel like I just need to add a little bit more intensity to the outer corner. And I'm gonna grab a little bit more of the Inglot gel liner, and being very careful, I'm just gonna go in with a super tiny angled brush and just line the base of my lashes, only in the outer corner really. And bringing it out a little bit, winging it out. Now I'm gonna move on to lashes. We're gonna just focus on mascara first. I'm using the Essence I Love Extreme Volume Mascara because this is a very voluminous look. It's very dramatic, va-va-voom. After that, I will evaluate if I need to wear some falsies, and then we'll try that. Should I do the falsies now though, before the mascara? That's a question. Fuck. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna attempt to do falsies for the first time in years on myself. Let me just open them if I ever could. I don't even have tweezers or anything. Fuck. Okay, you know what? They just don't want to open. Clearly, it is not. The universe is telling me that I should not use these. They're the Lily Lashes Barely Flare Individuals. They look so good, but you know what? I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not going to be doing that. It's a sign from the universe. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with the mascara and just apply a few coats. I'm gonna be adding a little more to the outer corner to add that falsy feeling without the falsies. Oh, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be just fine. Thank God. Okay, so mascara got a little messy, but we came out triumphant in the end. Oh my God, this is looking so good, honestly. Are you kidding me? I really need to like take off the smudges, but she has a little bit of a situation on the inner corner. Let me just see. She has like a radiant inner corner. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go into the Juvia's palette, I think. And I'm gonna use the shade More Me, this one right here. It's more of a champagne color. And I'm gonna use this little, this is like an Inglot. It's the Inglot 45S, and it's like a little spatula, like a plastic spatula. And this just applies shimmers and glitters so easily and like precisely. And I'm just doing this to the innermost corner. Last thing I'm gonna do is go in with a clean brush and just, woo, go all over for one last sweep. And after literally an hour, the eyes are done. I'm just gonna go get rid of all the smudges so we can continue on. Let's move on to the skin. For her skin, you know, the whole look reminds me of like old Hollywood glam. So she has very much like satin skin. It isn't super dewy, it isn't super matte, it just looks like skin, very flawless. So that's what I'm gonna attempt to recreate. I'm using the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer just to make sure I have a clean canvas. And even though it is very natural skin, it's also very, very flawless. Super even skin, beautiful, gorgeous, everything that Maude Apatow is. So we're gonna attempt to recreate that, hopefully. To get rid of the darkness under my eyes, I'm using the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. They're now like Smashbox X Becca, I don't know. I'm just gonna be applying it to the areas that I mostly need it. And it's just gonna be a little bit of product, not a lot. For foundation, I'm using the one I cannot seem to put down. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. I have mine in 7N. Such a great foundation. It gives me all the coverage that I need without feeling or looking too heavy on the skin. It also kind of explodes, so be careful about that. So I'm just going to be applying this all over with a brush and then going on with the sponge just to get rid of any brush streaks. A little bit of this goes a really long way. Going in with a Real Technique sponge and just further pressing it into the skin. Okay, now that we're looking flawless, I'm just gonna go in with the REM Beauty Light 6N concealer. This is a sweetener concealer, I believe. And again, just going in with a tinier version of the Real Technique sponge. And I'm gonna go into this very carefully as to not to disrupt the eyeshadow. To set everything in place, I'm going with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Guys, I've had this for a while and I never use it, so I thought today would be the perfect occasion. This is such a great powder, and I'm gonna powder everywhere on my skin because, again, this isn't like a very dewy look. I'm not gonna say it's matte either, but this powder doesn't really mattify you. The cheeks are definitely more like, they're a little softer, they're not super chiseled, not super dramatic, like the eyes are the focus, but they're still there, they're complementary of the eyes. So for my contour, you guys know, I love the Armani A contour. I have mine at number 20, and this one is just really good. Whenever I like deliberately contour, I use this because it's so easy to use and to blend, and it looks very natural. To bronze, I'm using the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. It's the OG. This isn't too warm or too cool. It's just a perfect in-between bronzer for when you want something classic. So this is the one I'm using. And I'm just adding a little bit, enough to warm up the skin but not get crazy. For blush, I'm going in with this very old NARS palette, and I'm using this color right here. It is more of like a berry tone. She doesn't have a very pinky or very peachy blush, so I'm just gonna go with this one. It looks kind of similar, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this here on my cheeks. For brows, she just has very feathery, light brows. They're kind of laminated. So I'm just gonna lightly fill my brows in with the Kosas Brow Pop. Love this one a lot. And then I'm gonna just push them up a little. To push the brows up, I'm using the one and only e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is the best of the best. I'm just gonna grab a little bit in the spoolie and slick the brows back. For lips, she's doing like a brownie nude. It's a little bit pinky, but not too pink, and it's not super peachy either. So I'm gonna do a concoction, but first I'm just gonna line using my Make It Forever Artist Color Pencil. She has very plush, beautiful lips. I have very not plush lips. So I'm just gonna fake it till I make it. That is the worst lip liner job I have ever seen, but that's fine. For my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Dose of Colors My Main liquid lipstick. This is old. Old, like, I think it's kinda in the beginning of the end, okay? This is dying. This is very, very old. And then I'm also using this L'Oreal. This is a Signature Rouge, I think, liquid lipstick. The combination of these two will give me something similar to that. This is a little bit more pinky peachy. This is very browny. So I'm just gonna add both of these to my lips. And I'll just add a little bit of this on top, just a bit. Once the lips are done, all that's left to do is set. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. Let's set a little. Here we are at the finish line, and can I just say, I think I did a good job. The eyeshadow is looking very similar, like obviously her eyes are so much bigger than mine, I feel like, but it looks very similar, very classic, very expensive. I like it. Mine's maybe a little more messy, oops, sorry, but I really, really love the eyes. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with how they turned out. The rest of the face, I think, is looking good. Like, it isn't super hard to do a full coverage look if you have the right products for you. The lip, I think it's similar. Hers is a little darker than mine, I feel like, but I think it's close enough. I am really enjoying this. I think, oh my god, I think this is my best one yet. I'm not sure. What do you think? Does it look similar? Did I nail it? Let me know. And if I can get my hair under control, that's a wrap for today's video. I had a blast. I always have a blast doing these videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you loved it. If you have any other celebrities that you want to see me recreate looks from, let me know down below, because I always have the best time and I know you guys like watching them. So yeah, if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content, kind of like today's video, then please make sure to subscribe. The button's down below, and give this video a like. It really lets me know that you guys are digging my content. And if you stick around, there will be new content every week, and maybe even more celebrity recreations in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I had a blast, and I can't wait to do it all over again. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye! Mwah.